Good morning, guys. Thanks for listening to Coffee with Christ. If you haven't subscribed, hit the button below. We're going to be talking this morning again about when your nowhere can turn into somewhere. Love it. It's good. We're going to be talking about Moses today because we know the God that we serve, he turns our places of nowhere into somewhere. Places that we feel like are dry desert areas that have no purpose, he will give you purpose. He is turning things around in your life. He does it every day for so many people. And so, all right, Moses. Moses out of Exodus 3 says, "Now Moses was tending the flock of Jethro, his father-in-law, the priest of Midian, and he led the flock to the back of the desert and came to Horeb, the mountain of God." Okay, so where was Moses? Moses was in Midian, a foreign land, and he led the flock to the back of the desert. Moses was in his nowhere moment. He thought, I have to go quick, study the life of Moses. There is so much to learn. But he had, he fled. He fled there because he murdered an Egyptian. He took up for his people, his relatives, the Israelites, but he was raised by the Pharaoh and he was in fear because he killed the Egyptians. So he fled to the foreign land. And in this desert, in this nowhere land for Moses, he built his mundane life. You know, he got married. He had some kids. He was working his father-in-law's flock and they went out into the desert. You know, he was doing life, daily tasks. And so Moses fled out of fear. How many of us do daily tasks? Everyone. Maybe you have a family, maybe you have whatever, but see, Moses fled out of fear. There's times that we went into our nowhere land because we fled out of fear. Maybe the Lord's told you to do something and you're too fearful, like I can't do that, fled out of fear. Maybe you fled out of fear because you knew that you had gotten into sin. Moses murdered somebody. So you fled. For whatever reason, we can cause our nowhere. You know, we can cause our nowhere, but God still sees you in there and will turn it no matter the reason why you're there. Because look at what happened to Moses. So it says, there the angel of the Lord appeared to him in a blazing fire from the middle of a bush. This is the desert. This is Moses's nowhere, but an angel of the Lord appeared to him. And his nowhere is about to become somewhere. It says, Moses stared in amazement. Though the bush was engulfed in flames, it didn't burn up. This was amazing. Moses said to himself, why isn't the bush burning up? I must go see it. When the Lord saw Moses coming to take a closer look, God called him from the middle of the bush, Moses, Moses. Here I am, Moses replied. Go on, read it all. It's great. Exodus 3. But I want to point out that in the desert, in Moses' nowhere, God appeared to him. God appeared to him. God came to him. Now, so Moses sees this burning bush. And I want to point out really quick, like Moses, the angel of the Lord appeared in this burning bush, but Moses had to take notice. God is moving all around you. We just have to take notice. It says here that when the Lord saw Moses coming to take a closer look, then it says God called to him in the middle of the bush, Moses, Moses. So then it was God calling to him. But Moses had to take that second look. He had to see, he had to acknowledge what God was doing around him in the middle of the desert. Wherever you're at in your life, I promise you, God is at work. God is at work. I don't care what it feels like. It may feel dry, barren, like you are lost. God is at work. So I pray for you today, and I pray that your eyes will be open and that you will see the movement of God, and you will then take a closer look. And I, with 100% assurity, am telling you, God will speak to you in that moment. He will make your nowhere become somewhere. because after this, he gave Moses instructions to go back and to help the Israelite people get out of bondage from Egypt. There was much purpose, much purpose. So he had been in his desert for 40 years, living life mundane, and his nowhere becomes somewhere. Go study this because God wants to speak to you in this story. Exodus 3. It's a shortened version in like Acts 7. Go and study them. I'm praying for you guys. I'm praying that your nowheres are becoming somewheres and that you have eyes to see and ears to hear the presence of the Lord speaking to you today. Have a great day, and I'll talk to you tomorrow.